Hi, today I'm talking about my gravity blanket. I can't remember where we first saw the gravity blanket. I can't remember if Neil saw it first and showed it to me, or if I saw it first and showed it to him. I don't remember, but either way, after we looked into it and did a little bit of research, we decided that actually it might be a really good thing for me. So this is my gravity blanket. It weighs 8 kilos. It's really heavy. Each blanket comes with an instruction booklet with some information in it, how to wash it, that sort of thing. So basically, research has shown that a weighted blanket can reduce stress and anxiety. They claim that the blankets facilitate the release of serotonin and help reduce cortisol levels, which is the stress hormone. A weighted blanket can create a pleasant feeling of security and well-being when placed over the body. I've seen a lot recently around therapy dogs and how you can train larger therapy dogs to sort of lie on your whole body. And that's been proven to reduce anxiety and stress in there. So there's a list of what the weighted blanket has been proven to be helpful for. So sleep disorders like insomnia, problems getting to sleep, ADHD, stress, Asperger's, autism spectrum disorder, restless leg syndrome, patients going through chemotherapy, menopause, anxiety and panic attacks, tension, sensory integration disorders, and people over 65 that are suffering from Alzheimer's, Parkinson's or dementia. So I suffer from sleep disorders, anxiety, panic attacks, tension, stress. So for as long as I can remember, I've always needed to have a heavy blanket. If we stay somewhere and there isn't sort of a particularly heavy blanket or a cat to handily lie on my legs, I will use a pillow on my legs, or I'll see if there's a blanket somewhere that I can put on my legs, because I just can't get to sleep without that extra weight. I don't know why, I've just never been able to do it. So when we saw the gravity blankets, we thought perfect. It would be perfect for me. So we paid quite a lot of money for it. It was 150 quid. And I think at the time we got them, they were on sale. And I will link their website in the comments below. They recommend that you get your weighted blanket at around 10% of your body weight. It comes in different weights. I went for an 8 kilo blanket, which is 2 kilos heavier than my cat, just as a random fact for you there. The gravity blanket is about the size of a single duvet. Mine is mint green, as you can see. It zips, it's got a zip at the top here, so you can unzip it. The cover comes off and can be washed separately, and the inside can be washed separately. There's Mallory. It's like a soft, furry, fleecy kind of, like a soft fleecy kind of feel. It's really super soft. It feels kind of like a teddy bear would feel. On this side, and then the underside is like, again, it's soft and it's like a soft fabric. So Neil doesn't really want or need a gravity blanket, so at night I just pop it on my side of the bed. We make sure he's got enough covers first, because it's so heavy you can't really pull the covers back out from underneath. It's not sort of, it's more on my side at night, just sort of to show you. But yeah, so because it's the size of a single duvet, it can just fit on one half of the bed, so you don't both have to use it, so that's really good. And then in the morning I just fold it all up and it goes on the end of the bed. I've been using it for a couple of weeks now, and I'm having quite good results from it. So the other day, last weekend I think it was, Saturday or Sunday, I was feeling really itchy. My whole body was itchy, my head was itchy, my skin, everything about me was itchy, and I get that sometimes, and I think it's it's a touch of anxiety, and then the more I think about how itchy I am, the itchier I get, and then I worry that I'm itchy, and I have been known to sort of scratch myself until I bleed, which is delightful. So I came upstairs, I had a bath just in case there was something on me that was making me itchy. I washed my hair again in case there was actually an actual thing making me itch. And then I laid on the bed for a bit after I'd gotten out of the bath under the blanket. Within about 15 minutes, I genuinely started to feel calmer. I felt less itchy. I just felt a lot calmer. So it really helped. That's just one example of how it's helped. I have had it on the bed every night. So they say in the information booklet that the first positive effects can occur after a few days, but it can take several weeks until the body becomes used to the weighted blanket. You have 28 days to return the blanket. So if it's not for you, if it's too heavy, it's too light, you've got 28 days to return it. You can return it for free of charge. Unfortunately, you are responsible for any shipping fees to return it. But like I said, 28 days to return it. If it's too heavy, it's too light, it just doesn't work for you. I think that's really good. So this particular company, there are lots and lots of different gravity blankets out there, and when I did a little bit of research into it, I found lots of companies. It seems to be a really big deal in America. So this particular gravity blanket is made by a company called Sensorex, who they started making affordable ones after a little boy with autism needed a weighted blanket, and they just weren't affordable, so they decided to make it themselves at a much more affordable cost. And when you look online, the cost of some of these weighted blankets is extortionate. 150 was about the cheapest that I could find, so that's, I think, probably quite good. You have to bear in mind that it is sort of the size of a single duvet. It's really big. It's well made. The fabric that it is made from is really soft. It's really heavy. It's machine washable. You can take the cover off. It is completely machine washable. So I think for 150 quid for this size blanket is actually really good. So far I've been really pleased with it. Whether it's helping me to drop off to sleep more quickly, I don't really know. I do tend to lie awake for quite a long time thinking about all the socially awkward things that I did that day. But I do seem to be sleeping through, or certainly sleeping for longer periods of time before I'm waking up. I suffer from nightmares as well. And I have noticed in the last sort of couple of days that instead of having my usual nightmares, I'm still dreaming, I'm still having dreams, but instead of being terrifying, they're just really weird. So whether that's a coincidence and I'm just dreaming about different things recently, I don't know, but I certainly do seem to be having less nightmares at the moment. And the sort of only constant thing that I've changed is the blanket, so I kind of feel that maybe it's helping in that area too. The one downside I have found to the blanket is because my legs don't work particularly well. I can't move my legs that well on my own. I can't move my toes that well on my own. If I get into bed at night and read for a little while with the blanket over me, it makes my toes and my legs ache a little bit. It's quite painful where it's resting on me, and I can't move my feet effectively enough to sort of shift it into a comfortable position or weight it on my legs properly. So I am finding that a little difficult, but the way around that is I don't have the blanket on the bed all the time. As you saw earlier, I fold it up and, oh, the cat's coming, I fold it up and it stays at the bottom of the bed. So until I'm ready to actually go to sleep, usually after I've had 4 wheeze and read for quite some time, I then unfold the blanket and get in underneath it. At the moment, whilst it has been chilly and it's winter, I have been using the blanket over my duvet. Whether I'll still be able to do that in the summer or not, I don't know, and it might be that in the summer I'll sleep on top of the duvet with just the blanket over me, but we'll see how it goes. Even in summer I have to have something heavy on myself, so I don't know whether it's going to be too hot. Some of the reviews I read did say that it was too hot under the blanket and the duvet and they had to just use the blanket. I haven't experienced that so far, but as I say, it is sort of quite cold at the moment. So I would say if you suffer from anxiety or tension, this blanket I think will certainly work for you. It's really working to help reduce my stress. Like the example I gave the other day when I was itchy, that really calmed me down, and usually that would last all day and I'd be like a bag of nerves by the end of the day. So just using the blanket for 15 minutes really helped. I'm quite eager to try it out when I next have a migraine. Touch wood, I haven't had one for a couple of weeks. I've had some bad headaches but not a migraine, because some of the reviews I read of weighted blankets said that they really helped people with migraines. So they would have a migraine, they went to bed, pulled the weighted blanket over them, and actually their symptoms reduced much more quickly. So I'm really eager to see if it will work for migraines. I've got high hopes because I think I'm really feeling the benefits so far. So I do have high hopes. Not that I'm wishing a migraine on myself, just to try it out. I think if you have got some spare cash, because as I say, it is quite a pricey item, when you could just make the cat lie on your legs or drop a couple of pillows on your legs. I will say that the weighted blanket is extremely heavy. I struggle to lift it. I struggle to fold it to put it back on the end of the bed at the end of the day, and it's only 10% of my body weight. I suppose now you all know how much I weigh. Anyway, it is really heavy. It's much heavier than just having a pillow on your legs, and I find it really soothing. I feel really safe at night now when I'm under the blanket. I'm in the bed, I'm under the blanket, I've got a cat on my head, I've got the weighted blanket on my body, and actually I feel really safe, and that's really nice. It hasn't been 28 days since I've had it yet, and I will be interested to see if it does start to take me less time to get to sleep, because I think if it does, that would be another great benefit to it. The blanket, the information and all the things I read online about them is that it affects people in different ways. So some people will find all of their problems solved by the blanket, and some people will find it works in some instances and not in the other, and that's what I'm finding so far. All in all, as a cat on it now, all in all, I'm really pleased with my gravity blanket. It's a really lovely colour. On the website I bought mine from, it came in grey or this mint green colour. I went for the mint green just because I thought it was a really lovely colour. I will link their website below so you can have a look for yourself. I think in about a month's time, after I've used it for even longer, and whilst it starts to get warmer, I might do another sort of update review just to see how things are going for me and if things have improved even further. So if you've got any questions, get in touch below. Have you used a gravity blanket? Do you use weighted blankets? Is it the sort of thing that helps you sleep at night, or am I just really weird? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked this rather disjointed vlog, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget you can see all of my posts at www.estellosaurus.co.uk. If you like my videos, please give me a subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye!